Hello everybody, my name is Matt and you're watching J&M Simulations. Today I'm going to be doing a review and first impressions of the Carenado B1900D. Let the AC bus. Let the AC bus. Whatever, let's get auto feather on. Anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. Sorry there. Anyway, this is the Carenado B1900D. This aircraft is, I'm pretty sure, rather new from Carenado, and it's rather new. Very, very nice aircraft. I think it's really, really nice. Haven't done much with it yet. Sorry if it was graphical glitches. Haven't done much with it yet. Just got it. And I have not flown it at all. Just started it up here while reading the manual. But that's pretty much all I've gotten done with this aircraft so far. I just wanted to do a video with my first impressions and take it out for a little bit of a pattern work and then come back to land. First, what I'm going to do though is show some of the features that it has. It has a Garmin GPS, which is the GNS, I can't read that, 530, and then an Avionics traffic system, which you can do quite a lot of with actually. You can have labels or no labels, or none actually at all. There's a 727-200. So as you can see, there's quite a bit you can do with this little device here. I'm going to turn off the no labels because I prefer that. You know, so we have quite a bit. We have terrain map, weather on. So there's a lot of stuff that you could do with this thing. We'll take a look outside the cockpit to show you the weather going on. So you can see there is weather around. Those are nice Rex clouds we have there. As you can see, there are clouds. So this is actually modeling what is actually going on in the sim at this moment. But anyway, moving on swiftly. Then we have, you know, the normal six-pack-ish with a twist. As you can see, there's a few glass things here. Everything else is rather standard. Then we have a bunch of things here with the yoke there, 11:48, which is the time clearly. Then we have a little FMS here, which is a very interesting FMS. You know, it's quite detailed. It does everything that, you know, a normal FMS would do. Not going to go into it because I've already, you know, I know what's going on with it, so I'm not trying to show you everything about the aircraft, just showing what I've seen so far, which is it's quite detailed as far as flying. So you can actually fly this as a you know, an aircraft, an airline aircraft. You know, it's not another general aviation aircraft from Carenado. That's on off rather. But anyway, so I'm gonna start a pushback here just to to be able to talk while we're going towards the runway about this aircraft. So like I said, it's got quite a few things going for it. It's got quite good frames. Incredibly nice outside model. Of course, there are. Sorry for all this. I'm going to turn off the. Wait a second. I'm going to turn off the ultimate traffic 2 because we don't need it for this video. It's just going to be a nuisance if anything. So back in the cockpit here, it's got a very nice outside model. Not limited at all as far as that, and of course you know they have the airlines. What I've seen with the quick when I was picking which airline I want, not airline but which livery I wanted, I saw a United Express. I also saw Air Canada Express, Swiss Air Express, or Swiss Link or something like that. So they don't, you know, they don't limit you to what you can use when it comes to the 1900D. This aircraft, like I said, rather new. It's checking the fuel here. We have 99%, so I'm actually going to switch the fuel out because I'm not going to take off at 99% or land with 99% for that matter. So you can probably see nothing right now. So I'm going to set the fuel up. But anyway, like I was saying, this aircraft has quite a bit of functionality to it. So you can fly it, you know, significantly lighten load off the what are those? Why is there another? That's an aircraft. I thought I turned off. Maybe that's just from the airport. The scenery. No, what? I turned it off. Oh yeah, it turns on every time you get back into the sim. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about, it's got quite a bit of functionality. As you know, this is a turbine aircraft, so it does offer quite a bit of speed and high altitude flying. I don't know the max altitude, but I know that it can get quite high. Pretty sure it's pressurized. Sorry, it's taking more throttle than I would have thought to keep it taxiing. It gets going rather fast, so it's gonna have to maintain the speed while not going too fast, but also not pulling out the throttle because it will stop if you pull out the throttle. I'm gonna just take the short end of the runway, not the short end, but the short version of the runway. There's no need to taxi to the end as we're light, and we you know, even if we weren't light, we wouldn't have to take up the entire runway anyway. But you know, as you would expect from Carenado, very, very nice as far as visuals. You know, as always from Carenado, you get very nice visuals on their aircraft. You know, really nice, concise 3D models, and really nice interior modeling as well. Very nice interior modeling, I should say. More so than what I've seen prior. For Carenado, this aircraft is really nicely modeled in the interior, which I like a lot, especially with gauges and things corresponding with that. So we're lining up here. Just gonna go for a flap 17 takeoff, which is what we're set at. So you can see when we are going up on the throttle. Don't want to over torque it. Pull that torque down. Not quite that low. But as you can see, quite a fast aircraft. We can there you go. Yeah, that's the good torque setting. For some reason, it went down really low. See, we got quite a bit of trim in there. Don't know why. I remember setting the trim for takeoff, but as you know, sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way we would like to. So, continuing on, this is a retractable landing gear aircraft, so I gotta remember that, which is, you know, something that we don't usually get when flying Carenado's products, unless, you know, you've flown some of the retractable landing gear products, which they do have. So you're getting, usually over here in St. Martin, right on this little hill, you get quite a bit of turbulence, so we're just hitting some of that now. Gonna take the right downwind for this runway. Gonna keep it at about 2,500 for our TPA. Don't need much more than that. You can see it's really easy for this aircraft to maintain quite a high speed. Getting really battered up here. Wow, it's crazy. But as you can see, all the gauges are very nicely modeled. We were on a crosswind. We're going to turn downwind now. Really nicely modeled gauges. And I think they they really add a lot to the aircraft. It is is very nice. I see myself doing a lot of flights with this aircraft in the future, whether on the channel or not. I expect to be doing quite a bit of flying with this aircraft. Got up a little bit higher than we wanted to, just because of the virtue of this aircraft having a lot of power, and also with the powerful updrafts that we're getting now, we're kind of getting pushed up a little bit higher. So what we'll do is cut back the throttle a little bit, or the power, I should say, because it's not throttle in this case. Gonna get a large view so we can see where we are in correlation to the airport. Couldn't see from the cockpit because we are currently flying on the left side. There we go, we can see it perfectly now. Sorry for the bad frame rate, it's just my computer's been running for a while. The more my computer runs, the poorer it gets in frame rate, so when you put down the landing gears lighting up, just so you know that you don't have the gear down. Like I said, whenever my computer's been running for a while, it gets poor and poor performance. It's been running for a little while, so I haven't been able to restart it, and I just wanted to get this video done, you know, not really to showcase the performance of the aircraft, but just the, you know, the general gist. So like I said, I don't think it's a poor performance aircraft. As well, I'm running fraps, so you have to understand that whatever I'm getting now, which is about 17 to 18, high teens to low 20s on the frames, is usually doubled, while or not, if not tripled, when not using fraps. So fraps, you know, really kills the FPS. So you want to take that into consideration when thinking about purchasing this aircraft, that you're not going to get low frame rate even if you have a poor system. You might get high frame rates. It's just that I'm running fraps and a bunch of other programs, including Rex and including Audacity to record the audio. So like I said, please keep that in mind. So do not, you know, exclude this product from your wish list just because of, you know, something like that. So if you pull out the throttle, you get a warning, which makes sense. Wouldn't want to go without the gear. Very interesting power settings these aircraft have. You kind of have to get used to. Really nice shot there. Actually take that for the thumbnail. But I'm sorry that I haven't been doing thumbnails very often. I'm actually going to be, when this video is going up, by the time this video is up, there should be all updated. They should be all updated, because I'm going to go through. Hopefully that goes down. I don't have to worry about that annoying sound. There we go. I will be updating all the thumbnails today by taking screenshots and doing that. I just haven't been up to date with it because I've been very busy lately, and I figure it's either get the video up and without a thumbnail, or don't get the video up at all. So I figure, you know, you guys would rather have a video without the thumbnail. The only reason I like doing thumbnails is because it actually helps our view performance. What happens is, when there's thumbnails, people would rather, if people see thumbnails, they're more attracted to a video. So if you're somebody that saw this video, and came through it, it's most likely because you saw the thumbnail and it was a good looking thumbnail. So it's important for us to maintain that, and to maintain our views and our subscribers, because you guys are really the only reason we're doing this, and you guys really matter to us. So it's important for us to maintain that. Yeah, that little graphical glitch like before. But we're going to try and keep the speed up here. It can probably, it can get quite slow, but nothing that I would want to test out, especially on an approach. We're a little bit high, so we're going to try and get a little bit lower. About, I would say we're about 5 to 10 miles out, and we'll be landing quite shortly. Sorry for that annoying sound. So like I said, it's got a lot of features. That's, you know, that weather radar, something that you don't usually see. My audio just cut out from the cockpit. That was weird. Anyway, which you know, weather radar, something you usually don't even see, you know, on the large scale level, not only on the small scale level. So, you know, something that PMDG is only just implementing into their 777 for the next service pack. Sorry for my squeaky joystick. I'm actually going to get that lubricated quite soon. Yeah, so just a little bit off on the view. Gotta regain that center line just because of our view positioning. We got a little bit off center line. I'll try and get my view centered. Got a little bit of a crosswind, so that's really what's pushing us. A crosswind. I think it's a right crosswind component of about 15 knots. So that's not really helping us at all. But still really light on the controls. Not to say that it's not a heavy aircraft. It is a heavy aircraft, and you feel that immense power when pushing the throttles forward. Yet there is quite a bit of it's quite, you know, what is the word? It's quite light on the controls. Very agile. I didn't even know it had ground proximity warning system callouts. which is very nice. A feature you really only see in large scale add-ons. Coming in here a little bit of a jagged angle, which is just really in, is coordinating with the crosswind, and we'll be able to land quite nicely on the center line here. So, don't let that fool you. Sorry for that squeakiness, it's really annoying. So we're going to go throttle out here, because we really have all the throttle we need, or we have all the speed, I should say, that we need in order to get to the ground. Sorry for that annoying sound. So that was pretty rough, gotta admit. As you guys know, I'm not very used to landing propeller aircraft. So, coming reversed. So it does have the reverse function. We'll turn that off and then just use braking from now on. Don't want to blame it on something, but if I had to put that on something, I don't really fly turbine aircraft that much, and I'm going to change that. I promise you, I'm going to change that. I left the throttle out a little bit too soon, so that something that you live and you learn every day. By the way, this is the first time I'm flying this aircraft, which is why it's called the First Impressions video. So never landed this aircraft before, so at least any landing that you can walk away from is a good one. So I'm going to take that here. So it wasn't the greatest landing, but nothing we can't work on. So basically, I really want to say I like this aircraft quite a bit. It's got quite a lot of features and it's really nice for the kind of aircraft that it is. Don't have PMDGs, but I know that PMDGs is only for FS9, so I never will be able to know if I do not fly FS9. If you do, I recommend you check that out, as well as this when looking at your options, because this is a fantastic aircraft, and it really takes what Carenado is used to. And if you're a Carenado product user and you've been using their products for a while, and you're usually on the lower end, not the lower end, but the smaller end of their products, and you want to try something new, I recommend you try this when you're trying to upscale your fleet, because it's really something a little bit different from what they've been doing as far as size. It just really brings a new feeling to the table, and I really think it's a great experience. So, that being said, I'm going to probably be doing much more videos with this, and I plan on doing that, but it's not gonna be for a little while. It'll be probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks, but it's all gonna be based on what you guys let me know. Let me know. Yeah. So if you want to see this aircraft, if you want to see it in action, please let me know, because that's really gonna be the only way that I can gauge whether people want to see it or not. As you can see, we've been doing quite a bit of what people ask of us. So we're really doing what people want us to do. If you want us to do something, please let us know, so that we're making the content that people want to see. If you want to see this aircraft, make sure to let us know as well, because if not, then you won't be able to see it. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very nice aircraft. I recommend it, definitely. I don't know why the props are still spinning. Anyway, regardless, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. There they go. Right when I end the video.